Hi, how are you? How is your state? Mine's on fire. I want to give everybody an update on the wildfire situation. I recorded a Zaid Talks yesterday, but I keep getting texts and messages from people, very kind messages asking if I'm doing all right, if I'm alive and everything like that. So first off, yes, I am okay. My girlfriend's okay. Our cats are okay. So we're actually in the middle of all of the fires. They're all around us, but they're moving in different directions. So let me give you a rundown of somebody in California looking down the fires like they're fucking Thanos' army and half my shield is gone. So first off, yes, the wildfires in California are bad. If you haven't been paying attention in the news, there's a giant wildfire called the Palisades fire that's over 17,000 acres long or wide or whatever. And it's just burning everywhere. Tons of people have been evacuated. So many homes have burnt to the ground. On top of that, you have insurers playing bad faith games, canceling fire insurance like a couple days or weeks before. And all of that is exacerbated by the Santa Ana winds. Santa Ana winds are these giant fucking wind currents that occur every year. They are like super fast winds. A lot of times they make fires way harder to fight. And this year, the Santa Ana winds are fucking crazy, right? Like honestly, the biggest issue that most people I knew had was how fucking windy it was. That's what's making it so hard to fight these fires, right? Like a lot of people are saying, oh, well, the LA fire hydrants are out of water and all of these things. The biggest issue is because the winds are so turbulent and crazy, it's harder to do aerial drops on all of these fires. On top of that, most of the ground team has trouble just dealing with embers flying fucking everywhere. So small fires, small little embers can brush miles away because of these winds and go to another place. Like that's why you see all of these wildfires just popping up everywhere. And if you live in California like me, you're probably glued to your phone on this app called Watch Duty. It's a 501(c) nonprofit that's basically monitoring all the fires and giving you up-to-date information, up-to-date evacuation information. And I so far have not been in an evacuation zone, but I also want to mention some of the other fires, some shout outs to some of the other fires who are making a name for themselves. The EATON fire. The EATON fire is also a crazy fire alongside the Palisades fire, because this is also in Pasadena. Pasadena has a lot of people and commerce and houses there, right? And so a ton of Pasadena is also under evacuation order. There was also a boil water order, just because a lot of the debris may have gotten into the water supply. So people are like, hey, you know what? Just make sure that you're boiling your water before you drink it, or, you know, drink only bottled water. It's up to about 10,000 acres, 10.5 thousand acres. Here's a map of LA where all the fires are. That's not my house, by the way. That's a taco truck. I don't want to dox myself, but that's a really good taco truck if you ever come to LA when we're not on fire anymore and you want to have some tacos. You have the Hearst fire near Sylmar. This one was worrying me a little bit, right? But honestly, actually, it started to be contained. It's at 10% containment. And these other two big fires are not at containment at all. But it's really good to know that the Hearst fire is finally getting a little bit of containment. You have the Lydia fire, but that's going down. The biggest one yesterday, the biggest news yesterday was the Sunset fire. Another fire broke out like right near like West Hollywood and everything like that, like right near like residential areas. A lot of people around that area could see it. My sister lives in some vicinity near that area, and she was like, should I leave? I'm not in like the immediate evacuation zone, but it seems like it's going to spread. Like, should I leave? And thankfully, by the end of last night, that fire is under control. Right now, it is starting to be diminished. I think it's at 42 acres, and at one point it was at like 70 or 80. So it's starting to go down. And all the evacuation orders have been lifted as of 7:30 a.m. So there's some progress. Now, yesterday was also windy. The day before was windy. Just so you know, my experience with all of this, on Tuesday, I was coming home, and yet the wind was fucking insane. All the power went out on my street, which made it extra fucking scary with all of that wind, all of that debris, the smell of ash in the air. You could see a huge smoke plume in the sky. I had to figure out where to park because I don't want to park under power lines or a tree. Like I was really worried like trees were going to start like pulling over. So I found it like a nice place to park. I didn't want to park in my garage because there's a tree over my parking spot, so I would have been in trouble. But finally got back home. Me and my girl lit some candles and used our iPad hotspot to watch some Castlevania. And then, oh my gosh, by midnight, the power was all back on. We thought it was going to be off for like 2 days. So we were very lucky in that. I'm very, very fortunate. We just stayed in. We didn't go anywhere. By the way, I do want to say, I don't want to speak for any other people's employers, but my girl's employers canceled work for her that day because of how bad the winds were. I don't know who else is employed or is being forced to go to work. That's really, really shitty if your employer is doing that, but not all employers are doing that. People realize how fucking bad these fires are and the winds. There's also another fire that was right near us, but it got put out very, very quickly. And look, all of that to say, a couple things. Number one, yes, these fires are very serious. If you can donate, there are so many people, you can hear the siren. There are so many people who have lost homes, who have lost their livelihoods. And the problem also is that a lot of insurance companies are fucking around and canceling people's fire insurance so they don't have to pay the bill on some of this shit. And it's horrifying. Like, let's say they even do get the money or FEMA helps them out or small business loans help them out. Like, the process from recovering for this kind of stuff so long and protracted and filled with a lot of post-traumatic stress. Like, I can't tell you how fucking awful it is to lose your house. Like, let's say you were even going to get like another place to live and everything like that. You still lost this whole home that you built up and this life you had with memories. Like, even people who are renting, who have apartments, okay, well, you know, I'll get some assistance and I'll go to another apartment. You still lost all your shit. You have to rebuild your life. Even me and my girl were like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Like, what about our pictures? What about our cars? Like, all of this stuff came into play. Thank God, like, we're okay. We're safe. We're all right. But a lot of people aren't. So if you can, please donate like whatever you can to just help some of these people out. This is bad, man. Like, a lot of people are going to have to really, really work to recover from this. And yeah, we're being hit hard. Number two, and this is something really, really important. I just want to let you know, not all of Los Angeles is a bunch of rich Hollywood actors in a fucking orgy throwing money at each other, okay? A lot of us are normal fucking people. In fact, the majority of Los Angeles is normal people. Every time when people talk about California, they think about literally one fucking street in California, and that's like Sunset Boulevard and Vine. Like, just that small section is what everybody thinks California just fucking is. Or Beverly Hills because they saw the Fresh Prince once. California is hundreds of different cities and communities and ideas and biomes. Hollywood is not just this amorphous thing. There are 4 different Hollywoods, and even within those Hollywoods, there are different neighborhoods. There's Burbank, Valley Village, NoHo, which is North Hollywood, right? East Hollywood, Van Nuys, Long Beach, Santa Monica, Marina Del Rey. I feel like a Californian sketch right now. The real LA isn't just like a bunch of actors and transplants. There's a lot of people who are just working jobs, raising a family. A lot of people in the entertainment industry are actually also working class. There's a lot of people who work on production and sets and all of that stuff who don't want to be seen in the limelight all the time. There's a ton of culture. There's amazing food. There's beautiful landscapes and people who really do care about preserving those landscapes. And if you're one of those fucking anti-woke, fucking I hate DEI people, there are plenty of like Republican strongholds you can come to here. And honestly, all of those, every single one of those, regardless of political stripe, is under threat from this fire. Do you understand? This isn't a Republican versus Democrat issue. This isn't a Sodom and Gomorrah thing. Fuck you for saying that, you insane person. Please, after this is all over, get some fucking help or look around you and realize how fucking pathetic your life is that you have to make that fucking comparison. I promise you, Jesus does not like you, okay? LA does have a lot of socialites and a lot of Delulu transplants who come here and fucking try to live like the big life and shit like that. I'm not going to act like that's not there, but every fucking city has its worst aspects of it, okay? Dallas and Texas isn't only crazy Republicans. There are tons of amazing things in Austin and San Antonio. It's not just the color of the state, it's the character of the people. And the people in LA, right? while some of them can be frustrating to deal with and can't fucking drive, trust me, I hear it all the time because my girlfriend is from Iowa and she wants to remind me, hey, by the way, all of you California drivers suck. And I get really upset about it. I'm still upset about it, by the way, Maddie, if you see this. Like, I know a lot of the suck, but like, just Iowa's not the greatest. She's going to get really mad at me for that. But in general, just please don't treat this like, oh, those motherfuckers are getting it. Like, it's normal people who are getting it, right? We don't have like Hurricane Milton or anything like that. We have this kind of shit. And we try our best to be prepared. To be honest, there was a red flag warning for a lot of places, and the LA Fire Department is doing a really I can't like tell you like how hard they're fucking working on this shit. Listen, like the fact that so many fires sprung up yesterday when I was watching that app, like 3 or 4 fires sprung up around us and they were knocked down and immediately dealt with right before they got crazy, including the Sunset Fire, which could have been really bad. That tells you that they're working their ass off and they're under really stressful conditions. So please keep us in your thoughts. Help if you can. Let you know I'm okay. All right. I do have a Zaid Talks that I recorded. We are still working on a lot of stuff. I am planning to have a Freestyle the News this weekend. If you unsubscribed also because I posted about my well-being in the fires, that's weird. But okay, do you, I guess. The fuck? For the vast majority of you, I really appreciate the well wishes. I will update you as things happen. And I'm looking forward to dropping another Zaid Talks, hopefully tomorrow, and restarting all of our fun little adventure we're going to have this year on Sunday. So anyway, my name is Tabani. Thank you so much for watching. We have a Freestyle the News compilation of last year if you want to look at it while fires ravage everywhere. And please donate if you can. There'll be links in the description. I'll see you guys soon.